Yeah. And I'm really curious about, your book, right? It says Neuroscience Calisthenics.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then hijack your body clock. What do you mean by that? And how do you bring calisthenics into neuroscience?
Calisthenics means gymnastic, means movement. But the calisthenic movement in our society, in our modern society, was born because people couldn't afford to go to gym, but they were fanatic of gymnastic. So they started to do that in the street, and it became two movement separated. One was called calisthenic, which was mainly gymnastic derivated static movement, and the other one was called street workout because it was done in the street. Before COVID, that took really a big hype because gyms were closed during COVID as well, and so calisthenics became very, very popular. But if you look at the studies that were done in sport, for example, the one from the psychology department, University of Florida, they found out that gymnastic was one of the sports that could trigger most part of the brain and make multiple parts of our brain connected at the same time. You cannot have that by lifting weight, for example. You cannot have that. The runner high is another thing that we know as a flow state trigger. But gymnastic, because you're using every single part of your body, even muscle that you don't even know that they exist, as these capability or ability to trigger your brain in a certain way. So I was curious to see what was the neuroscience behind it, and I started to study more and more neuroscience. And then I saw that, yeah, the brain has really a lot to do with the body when you do very difficult exercises. It's not just like the strength of your muscle, but it's mainly the mindset that you have to do that. So just because I liked it, I like science in general, I called it Neuroscience Calisthenics. But honestly, it's an easy book. It's not the best book. It's more a biohacking kind of resume of what is out there and talking about the neuroscience principle. What Andrew Huberman is doing as super well, but the book was done before it was popular. But it's the same principle, and explaining people that the brain has a big part of our performances and achievements. My next book is more like some things that you're going to like because it's about the neuroscience of taking risk. This is probably what drives people differently, like why some are entrepreneur, some other are not, some are jumping on skydiving or things like that, and some others are not. There's really a brain impact behind that and behind those behaviors.